No doubt in my mind, the Texas Tech Red Raiders are a national championship caliber team. But are the BYU Cougars completely fraudulent? This is Locked On Big 12.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome into Locked On Big 12. I'm Drake Toll from America's #1 Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12. No one reacts faster than me. If you hit subscribe, I get to keep my job. This, the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 podcast network in the country. Texas Tech blows out BYU. I have a dog named Bear after Baylor, where I graduated, not because I'm that big of a BYU fan. And he took a dump about 4 minutes before I started recording, which was maybe the most impressive thing I saw a Bear do today. Texas Tech defense, their defense. Now it's not me saying Jacob Rodriguez should be in the Heisman hunt. Now it's not Joey McGuire saying that or Kirby Hocutt saying that or his teammates, Baron Morton. Now it's Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler saying Jacob Rodriguez should be in the Heisman hunt. He is Manti Te'o with better numbers and a more real love of his life. A sentient, tangible being who is his wife. Who, did you know, and this is a deep track, I'm not sure if you knew this. This is information only I carry. She flies Black Hawk helicopters. Yep, it's real. 29-7 final score. I want the first point of this to be Texas Tech is a national championship caliber team. BYU just lost on the road to a national championship caliber team. If you're a Texas Tech fan, you are a fan of a national championship caliber team. Let that set in. I grew up in a small town rooting for the Arkansas Razorbacks. You know who's very similar to the Arkansas Razorbacks? The Texas Tech Red Raiders. Typically overlooked. Typically people are like, oh, I don't care nationally about Texas Tech. For me, my entire childhood was watching losing. And an 8-win season was the ceiling. Ha ha ha, we did it. We won 8 games. The coach doesn't get fired. That's been the existence of Texas Tech fans for pretty much their history, aside from that blip 20 years ago when Mike Leach won them a bunch of football games and got pushed out the door the day before he was going to be paid $800,000. And that curse has lived with you until Joey McGuire showed up, and he doesn't even have a top 10 payroll in all of college football. What I love, finally, Kirk Herbstreit made the point. He said, look, LSU pays players. They suck. A&M paid a record to their players 3 years ago. They sucked. It takes culture. It takes development. It takes what the Big 12 has. It takes what Texas Tech has to have not even a top 10 payroll in the sport and win at this level. And they do it defensively. Watching this game, I am still worried about Texas Tech's offense. My hope is for the playoff committee, and I'll make this point multiple times, I don't care till the cows come home. My hope is that the playoff committee looks at this game and they say, BYU held Texas Tech to 2 touchdowns. And the Cougars defense really wasn't that bad. Actually, a pretty good defensive showing for BYU. If you look at the Tech offense, Baron Morton, 17 for 32. That's not good. 219 yards. Fairly pedestrian, I guess. That's fine. And a touchdown. Tech didn't turn the ball over. They ran the ball well with Cameron Dickey. Jacoby Williams is a dog. Dickey, especially in the second half, was solid. 43 carries for 149 yards, though. That's only 3.5 yards per carry. They didn't necessarily run the ball all over BYU. BYU's defense played well. If you watch this game, you would know the BYU defense played well, and you would consider BYU to still be a top 15 defense in college football. Tech is just that good. Playing at home especially, this is a Tech team that is just that good. What you have to consider as a BYU fan is your season's not over. What you have to consider as a Texas Tech fan, you are in the driver's seat. You are Tim Allen. You are in the Santa Claus movie. You did it. You killed Santa Claus. You scared him off the roof. He fell to his demise. He broke his neck. Santa is dead. And again, I brought it up multiple times. What a weird concept for a movie. What a strange idea for that to be. But Tech, you get to be Santa Claus here. And as Santa Claus, you drive the ship of the Big 12 Conference. Now, yeah, you got knocked off the roof yourself against Arizona State, and that is going to mar this league. But my hope is the committee watches the games. Because if you did, you'd see the Texas Tech having 5 field goals in this game showcases that the BYU Cougars defensively are not bad. Tech just 17 first downs. 17 first downs. Two elite defenses going toe-to-toe. Tech 368 yards isn't world-beating. BYU 255 total yards is bad. Tech's defense is better than BYU's defense. It's not the case of making that BYU is better on that side of the ball. What I'm saying is the hope should be for the Big 12 and the guy who hosts Locked On Big 12. The committee watches this game and says, yeah, Texas Tech's a top 5 team. And, BYU's probably the 10th best team in the country and deserves to be in the college football playoff. I'll make plenty of cases all week about how BYU is still a playoff team and Texas Tech is a playoff team and Utah is a playoff team. This is a game where Aaron Roderick, the offensive coordinator of BYU, I apologize to him this week for asking him to be fired. But watching, I didn't think that Mac Leftwich was that impressive. I didn't think Roderick was that impressive. I thought the offensive coordinators were mostly pedestrian, maybe because the defenses are so good. And that's why I don't blame them to the nth degree for what happened here. These are just two very good defenses. The point where I look at the offense of BYU and I say, yep, you know what? If I was Aaron Roderick, I too would be like, shoot, man. I don't know. Run the ball, Bear Bachmeier. If I was Mac Leftwich, I would probably stop once every 3 plays saying, Barron, throw the ball as far as you can. Because it doesn't work out very well most of the time, Throw the ball 40 yards downfield and out of bounds toward the boundary is just not the play you're wasting plays. And Tech had to punt a good amount in this game. The problem is, I keep saying it, I hope the committee watches the games. I don't know if they watch the games. I don't know if their takeaway from this will be BYU's defense is good. This is the level of clownassery we have leading the playoff committee. If you're watching, it's a picture of Mac Rhodes in plaid pants, dyed his hair black for some reason. This looks like an AI. He's wearing clown shoes, literal clown shoes, plaid pants, and a shirt with 17. It's got the entire color spectrum on it. This would give a dog a heart attack. And he's putting his hand on Dave Aranda, probably telling him he's fired in a few weeks. And that's the same clownassery, the head of the committee, who is under investigation for berating Baylor players. Why is the AD on the sideline with the players? For berating Baylor players and coaches during games. That's the man we're trusting to do the right thing and still give BYU the benefit of the doubt, to give Texas Tech a spot in the top 5 this week. That's the man we're trusting. Okay, great. And all the while, Ole Miss gets to play the Citadel. Georgia probably plays Tulsa next week because that's what we do in college football. We say, I don't know, man. Let the SEC play UConn to end the year. Why not? I look, nothing you can do about it. Texas Tech's the best team in the Big 12. That Arizona State game is not indicative of who they are, and it should not be held against them in an intense way. Because, man, they're just elite. And anybody who runs into them, I'm sorry. You're in for a BTA, a good old-fashioned BTA. It's belt to butt for my BYU listeners. And I am once again blown away by Joey McGuire and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. This has been, it always will be, Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Come back for even more tomorrow. Dose Grande. Today's show is brought to you by Wayfair. Bought my first home in February. You know what I used? To furnish it, to put the things in it? Wayfair. This holiday season is right around the corner. That means it's time to get your home ready. Whether you need more seating for guests, cozy nude linens, or fun serveware for holiday hosting, Wayfair's Black Friday sale is here, and it's here to help you make your space shine. Best part, don't have to wait. 70% off of everything from sofas to spatulas all month long. Recently upgraded? My carpets. Really need a new carpet. So I got some rugs from Wayfair, and it completely transformed the fact that I don't have to mop the floors anymore. I hide the dirt. Couldn't believe how fast it was all shipped as well in time for plenty of time for the holidays. Don't miss out on early Black Friday deals. Head to Wayfair.com. Wayfair's Black Friday sale for up to 70% off. WAYFAIR.com. Sale ends December 7th. Wayfair. Every style. Every home. It's so nice. I'm going to do it twice. Texas Tech rolls. The Red Raiders. Raider power. We got to work on a better. Like, I'm never going to be intimidated by Raider power. Yeah. I need something more intimidating than power. I think I was a Cyclone power. Yeah. If you're a 19-year-old and you're hearing a bunch of 50 some odds yell power, it's just not for me. We could just do better. Texas Tech's way more bad A than that. They should take Jacob Rodriguez's wife and have her make the new saying. It will be intimidating. She flies Black Hawk helicopters. This has been It Always Will Be Locked On. Thanks for making your first listen every single day. No se grande.